Davinci Resolve 21 came out and the community has been absolutely booming with a bunch of new tools and a bunch of new methods that just came out. Let's talk about it. Now, I've been experimenting with this whole Krokodove toolset thing, this 100+ new tools, and I'm not gonna lie, I found like 3 of these effects that I'm really going to use. It's the Painterly, Generate, and then the Extrude. That is literally it. And I'm probably barely gonna use Generate because of how laggy it is. Look how much I lag. Like, my PC, bro, I'm struggling, yo. The Generate effect is extremely laggy though, so maybe we may need to experiment with that and turn it into a fuse. Speaking of fuses, I have a friend on Davinci Resolve named Frooky, and he's been making a lot of really cool fuses recently. The first one I want to show off is F-Shake V4. This is a 1-to-1 copy of Sapphire Shake. The thing is about F-Shake is that this is in a fuse format. Fuse is the Davinci Resolve equivalent of like a plugin, and it will take code and execute it. And it's very, very optimized. So when I go to use F-Shake, I just have to click this still frame fix and turn up the amplitude, and it just works. It just works. I can change whatever I want. Now this F-Shake thing, it's pretty fire. Pretty much revolutionary. This is going to dethrone the Ekawa Shake Final node and the camera shake node. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to make a new shake tutorial because of this. Through my light testing of this effect, I've gotten really good results very easily. It's more consistent, the motion blur looks better, and you even have these styles in here. You have twitchy, jumpy, and you could just, there's a whole lot more possibilities, and this is just such a breath of fresh air. But I'm not done yet. There's even more. We have S_Dissolve Shake. Dissolve shakes are a little bit different. It's controlled by this dissolve slider right here, which controls the transparency of the clip. You can use this to transition clips from one another, but normally editors don't really do this. They just make the background black, so it's completely solid, and just control the shake this way. And it gives a more consistent feeling bouncy shake that you would see normally in jug edits. I had a talk with Frooky when he made these nodes, and they're absolutely amazing. So shout out to Frooky. I'm definitely gonna have to make a future video about this one. And while we're still on the topic of Frooky, he has a bunch of other nodes that were made inside of Claude AI. Vibe coding, new effects for Davinci Resolve has been easier than it ever has been before, and literally you can crank out new effects in less than an hour. There's a new pack of effects, so expect an upload on the Frooky nodes to be completely covered in their own video, and trust me, I promise I will. They're truly worth it. The next thing I want to go over is this new node that I've been working on called Shake 3D. Pretty much this is going to be for all the motion graphic people out there, or people that just make 3D compositions. If you haven't already, the Discord server is right here. I'm going to be updating the Clout pack very, very soon with all these new macros, so please keep your eyes peeled. So the Shake 3D is kind of in like a weird beta state, and I may have to update it with the new Frooky nodes since those shakes look better. So Shake 3D pretty much acts like a transform 3D node, but with a lot of expressions on it, and it's controlled by these 2 Shake Final nodes. So it's pretty much 2D nodes controlling 3D nodes. But as you can see, it's working. You can keyframe the shake like that and put a graph on it like that. And there you go, we got a 3D shake. And if you want to control the rotation of the shake, that is what this purple shake node is for. So I'm not gonna lie, like in the past, before, if I saw something like this, I would have no idea how to make this in Fusion, especially in 3D, but now you can. So there's that. You're welcome. Next, we have this 3D text node, which allows all of the text to be positioned and rotated and grouped and animated all at the same time with minimal setup. This is very, very similar to an After Effects plugin, and it got ported over to Davinci. I can just take my graph like this and apply all. There you go. So this 3D text node is pretty impressive by itself, but I've been taking the liberty of making materials for 3D text. That way you guys can easily make some cool looking effects. So the first thing is the chrome and bevel. Right here, you connect it to the front and back of the text. And if you want to reflect your own 3D scene, like let's say you're compositing this inside of an anime scene, all you would have to do is replace this media in node, this loader node, with your actual footage. So let me show you an example of what that looks like. All right, so for this example, we're going to be using this still frame, and we're going to make the 3D text reflect the background right here. So what you want to do is take your footage, copy it, or you can use a saver node and save it and turn it into a loader. I'll make a future video on that. You go into your materials. So I have this chrome material right here. I'm going to right click, ungroup it, and then take this cast Parkland loader, delete that, and then replace it with your regular footage. So now when I go to the bevel text, it will be reflecting the footage like that. And do the same thing for the front. Right click, ungroup, and then replace it. Get your footage in there, put it in like that. And now when I go into here, it's now reflecting the scene. And you may have to flip it around. So I'm going to flip it like this. There you go. Yeah, you have to take a transform node and flip it on the y-axis like that. But yeah, that's it. So now you probably want some really nice looking glow to pair with your 3D text. And that can segue nicely into using the new Optical Glow node. Now, Red Giant is a plugin, and if you download the plugin, you will have this new effect called Optical Glow. This is pretty much the closest we can get to deep glow inside of Davinci Resolve. And yes, there have been attempts to make it like Dream Glow and Scape Glow, and they are good. But this is Optical Glow. This is new, and it looks really good. So I want to bring it into the spotlight. And look at that. You can change the highlights, you can change the fall off, and you can even change the quality down here from draft to extreme to really turn it up. And you have controls for the alpha channel. Originally, with other nodes, the alpha channel would just completely be ignored. So it will be set to none, and it will be black like this. So then if I wanted to merge it onto footage, you wouldn't see the footage. So this alpha channel thing right here, if I press preserve original, it will keep its transparency, and I'll be able to composite it onto the footage much easier. So yeah, that's awesome. Next, we have a new node from Ekawa called Stroke Displace. It's literally one slider, and there you go. That's what it does. So that's a new effect. Go cook with it. I've been working with BCC to try to make a ball action or card dance-esque effect. It is extremely laggy, so maybe I can use Claude AI and probably make some fused version of this. But if you turn up the Shift FX slider and give it a second, as you can see, it's making that really nice displace effect. I can crank it up some more to make it more obvious. And yeah, as you can see, it's doing that. And honestly, I think this effect is really cool, and it's in one node, but it does require BCC plugins to be downloaded, and it's also extremely laggy. I literally have like a really high-end GPU, and it's lagging for me. So if you're on your little laptop, I doubt you'll be running this. So I'm definitely gonna have to like do some optimizations or do something. Maybe Claude AI can pull some miracle out of its AI butt and make something for me. Next, we have the volume light node and the pImageManipulate node. Both of these nodes are stuff that I got from old Reactor forums, and I mean old. I had to use the Wayback Machine to find these. And volume light is pretty good. If we connect volume light right here to our 3D text, in the past there were some paid macros that were showing rays and having the ability to have like swirling in them, and they were paid macros, and I unfortunately was not able to use them, but it's here for free, and it's been here for a very long time. It just took until now for me to figure that out and give it to all of you. So yeah, we have the volume light node. So the pImageManipulate node is kind of like a displace node, but for 3D. If you're not familiar with what the displace node is, if you take a fast noise or any image, it will use that image to manipulate the pixels on the screen. And fast noise is a pattern of noise that can control the values of this effect and drive it using these black and white or white and transparent layers right here. Position X by red. it's going to move everything based on this noise right here. And as you can see, when I move the noise around, you can see the image move with it. So look at that. We got a noise pattern of this. We put it into the pImageManipulate, and now we have this cool effect here. There's a lot of ways you can cook with this, genuinely. So I really hope you guys look into the pImageManipulate node and cook with it. And last but not least, in this update almost made me cry. I'm not even going to say what it is. I'm just going to do it. We take the spline and press this little button right here. And oh my God, it is in a resizable window. Now, thank you so much, Blackmagic. This is amazing. So yeah, this new graph update is absolutely huge. And then we also have this new program that will replace flow frames. Unfortunately, it is paid, so I'm not going to expect like a full takeover on flow frames, but it gives better results. The program has a lot of new settings in it, and even the addition of presets. So I can make my 300 FPS preset a thing here. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be kind of confusing to use this at first, but we may need to just like revamp all of AMV Basics Part 1, because we got a new flow frames and then another new tool to help for clip selection. Now, literally, I saw this trailer an hour after it came out. I was immediately on this, okay? This is a program which will automatically take the full episode of anime and then put it into here and then automatically cut out the scenes and basically give you like a whole UI to do your clip selection, which will speed up the process so much. Because initially we just had to put it in the editing software and like skim through and try to find our clips that way. It was so slow. And literally that was probably like the main reason why I used precut so much, just so I could skip this step. But now all that has changed. AMVerge is a thing. It's a free program, and I highly recommend all of you guys to download it and try it out. I will have to make a video on this too. So there's just a whole lot of new content here for AMV people, and yeah, a lot to stay tuned for. And as if it couldn't get better than that, we have a new plugin called the Dust Transition. Yay, dust transition. We can just change the slider and it does this. And there's a 3D control for it. A bunch of controls down here. Dust transition. Absolutely amazing. Doesn't lag at all. Anyway, I had a particle white macro. Wait, I think I called it particle fade. Yeah. This particle fade macro was extremely laggy before. Like, you had to control it with this and everything. It was really laggy. It was weird. And it didn't look that good. But now we have the dust transition and it just works. It's nice. You can make some really cool compositing effects with this. So go give it a download. It is on Saturn. I will also put a link to this on my Discord server. Wait, hold on. I think I'm forgetting the biggest update yet. Let me pull this up. We have the announcement of something called INodes, which is now beta inside Davinci Resolve. It is 800 plus AI models directly in Fusion. This is probably the biggest update I've seen from anyone, and it has all the latest AI things on here. Now, I know AI is a little bit of a touchy subject, especially in the artist space, but it's literally integrated into the app. Like, how could you ignore it, bro? We have Sea Dance, City Teleport, just everything. The Chinese AI, the new AI, the ChatGPT, the Google Gemini, all of it. All of it. You name it. It's in here. It's 800. 800. And yes, you have to pay for it. Yes, you have to pay for it. Cry about it. It's only £7 a month. It's not even 10. It's £7, bro. I mean, that's some crazy stuff right there. I haven't tried it yet, but I mean, it's here. It's on Reactor. And I think it's gonna work. I'm gonna have to find out. Probably gonna use the revenue from this video for it. Who knows? But yeah, that is the biggest update I've seen yet from anyone, really. 800 plus tools imported in Resolve. Like, that's insane. And you know what else is insane? Going onto my Discord server, showing some support, and looking at a lot of the new tools that I will bring to the table. I made a new channel called Tools and Macros where you can advertise and post macros that you guys have made. We're almost at 8,000 members, yo. We're growing like crazy. So put your tools in there, put them in the spotlight. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for the support recently. It's been absolutely insane. CloutVFX out.